Alright, so last we left off, Aeneas was leaving because Mercury told him to. He's trying to figure something out. In the meantime, he's like, guys, get ready to leave. I need to tell Dido what's what, but I need to find the right time. Of course there's no right time. In the meantime, Fama, she goes and is like, hey Dido, dig this. Dido gets super ticked. Reasonably so. And, yeah, she's going to go and she's going to call out Aeneas. And we are in the midst of, well, we just got the beginning of her calling him out. So let's keep this train going to see if what she says is, you know, warranted, merited, or if it's overboard. Who knows? We'll find out. All right, so that's a subject. That's a subject. This is describing Dido as a subject, and actually we've got some of this business, some chiasmus. We have all these necks, and that's, going to be polysyndeton. But neither our love nor our right hand quondam is working with the dada. Once given, nor Dido about to die from a crudele funere. Now we get to our verb, which is the tenant. And then te, the second word, is going to be our direct object. Told you. Or keep you. Does not all these things. Now, for the cruel death, does Dido think that she's literally going to die? Maybe this is one of those literal things. Or it could just be foreshadowing, because guess what? She does die. Spoiler. Moreover, in addition, also, now our verb is going to be, let's see, where's the verb? Ooh, interesting. Alright, sometimes this can be seen as Moliris. Huh. And here it's used as an infinitive. Alright, so sometimes the text can be slightly different. And it's, we can go either way with this. Back in the day, the monks, they didn't have Xerox machines. They just had to hand copy this by candlelight. And you can make mistakes. If you see the next word begins with an S, so maybe someone just left out the S thinking that. Who knows? Who knows? But since we don't have it, we'll treat it as like it is not there, and we will make this our main verb. Are you hurrying, molire, to set up, to build a classum a fleet in the wintry star. And so are you hurrying? And are you hurrying? Alright, see, infinitive and infinitive. So I'm going to take the molire as an infinitive, but some people wouldn't. And are you hurrying? to go through the sea. Altum usually means sea poetically. It can be tall, high, or deep, but this is like the deep sea. In the middle of the equinoctials are the north winds. And then she's got to throw this one in there. Cruel one. You jerk. All right, now, the significance of the Hiberno and this. So right now it's wintry time, and you don't go sailing during the winter time because it's not safe to do that. And she's like, are you really hurrying to go? Like, it would almost like being, you want to avoid someone. So instead of waiting at heavy traffic to cross the street when the walk light turns white, you were going to risk it and run across the traffic as the cars are coming. All right. Now, would you do this if there were anything up? Would you turn down the aisle at Kroger, you know, in the cleaning section, if the person you saw across from you weren't somebody you disliked or were trying to avoid? Would you look down in your phone while walking in the hallway if there weren't somebody walking towards you and it was just the two of you in the hallway? What? If you were not seeking, all right, foreign fields. That's foreign. And unknown homes. And ancient Troy remained. Holy cow, I'm really confusing my letters today. All right, would Troy, because we got these subjunctives. All right, so we got the sea. We've got subjunctives. Would Troy be sought? By your fleet, your custom. And this is describing Icor. Through the wavy sea. All right, so talk about the winter no north winds. All right, so it's wintry time. That's a terrible time to travel because you've got all the storms on the Mediterranean. That's when most of the sea wrecks happen. She's like, so if you weren't seeking these places, and if Troy still stood, like nothing else, like if we weren't, would you actually be sailing now? And that is a very valid point, because the answer most likely is no. There would be no point to go sailing at this time because it'd be too dangerous. So she brings up a very, very valid point. Minifugus, are you fleeing me? All right, perhas lacrimas. By these tears and your right hand, and that's like your pledge. Right, the ipsa is feminine, it's going with the I, so that's why the ipsa is not going to be herself, but I myself. Have now left, reliquy, nihil, nothing, miserai mihi. All right, and I left out the Aeneid, sorry. Nihil Aeneid, you could leave it as nothing, literally no other thing. For miserable me. And if you notice, so we've got the pair that, a nice tricolon crescens. By our marriage, by our started nuptials. Remember, after si nisi numine, Ali decides to go away. If I have deserved aliquid anything well from you, or if quiquam, ma'am, if anything, literally if my anything, but we'll say if anything of mine, fuit was doke, and the next line was sweet, tibi, to you. Now this looks like an infinitive, but it's a deponent. So deponents that look like infinitives are going to be commands, imperative. All right, so pity or take pity. I pity our slipping homes. And, all right, and the rest of this is going to be taken here, so that's what's going here. Because the istam is going to modify the mentum. And I pray, oro, I pray. Whoa. Oh, nice, that worked out. Let's pretend there's an est in there. After si nu si numine, Ali takes a hallway. If there is someplace, or you can say any for prayers, ad hoc, still, exuate, change, istam, that, mind. Okay, so her arguments so far, bringing it back. Well, first off, she called him a jerk. And then she says, isn't our love, your love for me, isn't that going to keep you here? Would you, like, are you really planning on sailing in these conditions? Because they're terrible conditions for sailing. They're dangerous. Would you be sailing if Troy still existed and you were kind of just sort of an ambassador? Are you fleeing me? Because of these tears and the marriage, if I've meant anything to you, change your mind. I pray, change your mind. So that's what Dido's bringing at this moment. Nothing crazy, all right? Nothing unreasonable. Let's see what Aeneas has to